We're good.
Hey, we're back. I got to do a little plug, Matt. I got to talk about this because it's going to be for the next few weeks. So I'm wearing my TW t-shirt, Terrible Wrestling Takes. I'm going to be wearing one of these for the next few weeks. This ship's amazing. You know, code Bad Cop fell 50% off because I fell down the stairs. I ruined my white shirt and got some blood on it. I thought he was joking. I didn't think that code was legit. Anyway, I tried it to see about a couple of weeks ago. It's legit. So I ordered myself a new white shirt and I ordered myself the pink shirt as well because I wanted something a little different.
The hide of blood.
Hides of blood. He only went and sent me another couple of different shirts. So I think I have the whole collection now. So I was like, hey, he's a really good guy. Like, his prices are ridiculously cheap anyway. So I said for the next few weeks, I'm going to wear his shirt so I can promote his podcast at the same time. So I just wanted to make sure people knew for what's going on. Our few listeners, our handful of listeners who are listening. Actually, we had quite a few listeners last week, Matt.
It's very bad. We actually plugged it on the show with Why, Graham.
That might be. Actually, Jerry said, he's like, oh, you have a YouTube channel? I didn't know. It's like, yeah.
We don't plug it enough, Graham. We need to plug it more in general during Fan Cop, maybe.
We probably, you're right, we probably do. But hey, so we got at least one extra listener out of it for sure. This is something I'm sure I told you originally when MGB was on YouTube to begin with. The thing that I never told Mason, because he always asked like, how many views did we get? And I would tell him. The one thing I never told him was, what's the average duration view? Because sometimes people will click on it and go, what the hell's this? No, and then they'd leave. And sometimes the average duration view would be like seconds, and it's like, oh, they must have thought it was like the real Nova Pro event or something, not to a dad and his kid talking about what it was. When I looked at it for this, actually people who actually click on this, they tend to actually listen to the whole thing. So that's it. So we don't have many people, but the people who listen are very loyal, and we thank you for taking time to listen to our nonsense, basically.
And if you listen to our nonsense, then you probably listen to us as it goes up on Saturday, which means that it's a terrible shameless plug, Graham, sorry. You probably should be listening to in about 3 hours, 4 hours time, 5 rounds over on Radio Techers, and then tomorrow listening to the Chain Wrestling live on Radio Techers as well. So you can do that, and then when that's finished, you can go listen to Good Cop, Bad Cop, could be out just after it. No excuses.
There you go. All right. One of the things I wanted to talk to you about this week was I saw this from Pop Crave at Pop Crave. Twitter is currently testing out a dislikes feature on the platform, and that's the end of the tweet. Can you imagine how bad that would be for wrestling fans? Wrestling Twitters, everybody who posts. So for WWE fans who hate AEW, every time somebody posts about AEW, it's just going to be on dislike. Same with in reverse. If anyone from AEW posts on, I don't think. Do we actually need it? Like, I don't think we need it.
No,
people are pretty vocal in going, WWE sucks or AEW is crap or what.
We were talking about that on the main show, Graham, which you should be listening to tomorrow, of course. We talked about it at length with our guests, of course.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't even Paul. Fantastic guest. We're really excited to hear about his comic book wrestling kind of combination, how it's coming together. Find out more about that when you listen to the main show tomorrow. But yes, definitely a great guest to have. We had a few little technical issues. I'm not sure the quality is going to be 100% for this one, but we had a real bad issues at the start, but it was enough that we could hold the conversation and hold the episode perfectly. So
indeed, there was
sound quality that MGB has. Then I think you'll be all right with this episode.
There was 2 devil advocates I had written for him because I wasn't entirely sure which one to go with.
Okay.
Another one was anyone but Cena.
Okay.
The other one was professional wrestling doesn't need awesome rock music. It needs real music, like the kind by 3 homeless guys and a dog playing a banjo and a harmonica, or Hanson, or Avril Lavigne circa 2003. But that's quite the long.
That's quite a lengthy one. That's a lot to take in one go.
That's why I didn't use that one. But everyone out there, you can enjoy that one yourselves at home. Just like wah. Yeah.
Let me just check with you. I was right to call him out on this on one your devil's advocate to him, right?
Shook him out on your one as well, Graham, technically.
Well, you let it go, so I was like, that's fine.
I was being very generous about it, but to be fair, he did create 2 amazing DAs.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I can say listen to those tomorrow. We never quite know what we're going to... That's the thing with guests. You never quite know what you're going to get. Are you going to get one that's even a devil's advocate? Are you going to get ones that are really difficult to defend? Or are you going to get a nice softball? And we've had a bit of a mix. So it's always... it's kind of with grimaced teeth now. I'm like, all right, which one is it going to be this week?
I don't know, Graham. How many we've been having a guest thing going pretty much since January now, haven't we? More or less.
It was the first day in January because Brainbuster Boys are about to join the network, so it was like, hey, let's get you on now before you release that first episode. So the network gets to find out about you before your actual show comes on.
We're 7 months deep.
Yeah.
Have either of us quit a guest devil's advocate yet?
I don't think so. If I have, I don't remember.
I've come close, I think, once or twice. I don't think I've quit one. If I've forgotten one, Mag, that'd be you. Just let me know in the comments, and I'll address that next week.
I know one thing I was going to talk to you because I tagged you in Twitter because I saw it late when I came back from the wrestling last night. It was super late, and I'm always hyped up after driving for a long time, so I just kind of wind down for a little bit first. I said I'll be amazed if Matt doesn't talk about this at some point in the show, and you didn't talk about it at any point in the show. So, do you know what tweet I'm talking about, and are you going to talk about it?
About what?
Somebody posted a picture and is like, can you see Finn Balor's balls on this?
Oh, that's not his balls.
Okay, all right.
That's his underwear.
Okay, that's what somebody said in the comments as well.
It's underwear because nobody goes commando in those things. They usually wear very tight fitting, and to be fair, leave not much imagination.
See, that could have been a devil's advocate in reverse. It's like, I'm very disappointed that it wasn't Finn Balor's balls I could see on those. Hey, I stayed away. I also talked about one of the things that we talked off air about one of the things that Roman Reigns said as well in his promo that I could possibly have used as well about something that happens daily, but I stayed away from that one as well because we tend not to include that type of thing in our devil's advocate. So.
Yeah, I could defend that quite easily, Graham. I'm not going to say why I could do it either. I want to talk about something new in my life.
Okay.
The new in my life is a video game, Graham. Well, actually, there's a couple of video games. One of them is the new F1 game, which you'll be interested in, Graham, because they've got a new story mode in it this time round. And the character in it, his last name is Jackson.
Oh, okay.
And his first name is Mason.
Well, what? Really?
No, it's Aiden Jackson, but it's near enough. I actually, at first, I heard it quickly. The first time, I was like, what? But his name is Aiden Jackson, and it's a great name. It's brilliant. But that's all mentioned about that. The other game, Graham, is one you probably wouldn't believe in. It's Farming Simulator 2019. I'm actually.
This is a bad cop moment, right?
No, it's a good cop moment. I'm actually farming on a video game. It's one of the most popular video games, Graham. You'd not believe. The week that. Okay, to put.
Been out for like you way behind the curve or something. Here?
No.
You Farmville for free on Facebook, huh?
That's not. This isn't Farmville, Graham. This is proper farming, including the fact of
proper farming on a video game. Yes. I don't know how to use the word proper. In what sense is it proper?
As in, you have to maintain the vehicles, you have to feed each animal individually, you have to go to the shop and actually buy the cars yourself, you have to just every little bit and piece you can think of.
So you're having fun milking cows then, is that what you're saying?
You
got an app where you can do that?
You can hire a worker to do it for you. But you can hire a worker to do it for you. But to be fair, Graham,
can I ask a few more details about this? Because I'm actually interested now. Only so I can mock you. So how does the insemination process go as well? Do you deal with that side of it as well?
No, you just hide a bull.
Okay, fair enough. Do you have any turkeys on the farm?
No poultry yet. No.
Oh, okay. Because I believe I believe that is done manually.
Yes, I'm not. No.
Okay. I will happily pay for you to have turkeys on your farm if you want to find that out.
Okay, thank you, Graham. The reason why
so you get up at like 4:00 in the morning to play this as well to keep it very realistic.
Thankfully, not because I have work in my real life. But literally, while Chris is playing his crappy new Pokemon game. Pardon?
I think Chris is in the background.
Are you throwing shade at me, Lewis?
Yeah, because you're lying. I'm not playing on my Switch at the moment.
I mean, in general. Not right this second. I mean in general. He's actually crashing the show.
I was playing Tetris 99.
You're playing Tetris 99, yes, but
Ash about him and not expect him to respond.
But yes, I do bet not to respond. Anyway, while he's playing those sorts of games, I'm farming a field. But the reason why I've had some interest in it, Graham, I've never had interest in it before. No interest in it at all.
Uh-huh.
And then Amazon Prime's new TV show started a few weeks ago.
Okay.
Clarkson's Farm. You've heard Jimmy Clarkson, haven't you?
Jeremy Clarkson?
Yeah, as in the Top Gear.
Yeah. I thought you said Jimmy. Sorry.
No. He's now, on Amazon. Well, as part of the deal, they also all got their own individual shows. Well, Clarkson decided he was going to start to farm the actual farm he owns.
Uh-huh.
Chaos ensued. But it also turned out to be the most successful... it's also the most successful Amazon Prime show of all time. Already. Better than anything they've ever produced, ever. So much so...
Sorry, most watched. You're not going to say it's the best show ever.
In terms of the most watched, yeah. It's performed the best. And that's better than anything that's been on there for a while. This has literally been out for 2 months max. At that, if that. It's got a lot more people interested in farming. I'm not going to go out into a field and farm it all day, but I'm more than happy to actually watch it. Like, I understand how that works now. I understand why they do that. I had respect for farmers beforehand, but I have a lot more respect for farmers in general because of it.
So does it have subsidies and things like that? Does it get like a political spin on it?
They do talk about it.
You just won't do anything with it?
He does talk about it on the show, yeah. At length.
I thought you were talking about on your games.
Oh, there is that on there as well, yeah. You got all the financial side of things and everything, yeah.
Huh.
You got to do loans and investments and all that sort of stuff. And you get interest charging as well.
I thought you were going to say it was interesting for a minute. I was about to jump in quickly.
Mags would argue with you because Mags plays it as well.
My God.
But he plays it on a crap station.
How many hours would you say you've played on that game in the last week?
Maybe 2.
Okay, all right. So we're talking minimal amount of time.
Other games, a lot more.
I would think.
But
so
the game called...
It's not your most played game this week.
It's not my most played game of the week, no. That would probably still be Yakuza Like a Dragon. And Football Manager Handheld is now on Xbox as well now. So you can play the actual Football Manager on the games on there properly. Coach Night down in League One. Woo.
The boys actually had some interest in gaming this week. We actually went to the cinema yesterday. I didn't tell them we were going. I needed things to, with traffic being so bad in the area, like I've talked about before, I wanted to get south of where we lived so we could avoid that traffic and then do things before we went to the wrestling. So I was like, what can I do? So disc golf was obviously one of the things we did. We played Space Jam 2. I really wanted to see it. And at the start, they had the commercial for the Nintendo Switch. I think both boys want a Nintendo Switch now. I couldn't tell you what. It's £299 is all I can tell you about it. $1, sorry. A Nintendo Lite was $199.
Is that right, Chris? $299 and $199 for the Switch and Switch Pro, respectively?
Oh, no, the Switch is $299.
So the Lite would be about 100 less, yeah?
Yeah.
The thing that disappointed me in the...
$350.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't been to the cinema. Well, obviously, nobody's been to the cinema for quite a while, unless you've been in the last few weeks.
We went last few weeks, yeah.
Like, we haven't been in at least 2 years. I wanted to go early because I wanted to see the trailers. Like, hey, what's up and coming? I was kind of interested to find out. Before they got to that, they obviously have the, hey, buy your Coke products here and buy from this realtor and all that crap as well. They even had things where it's like, get your phone out and interact with the screen. I was like, oh my God, like... Is there not enough screens? You've got to play with your phone at the
We don't have that one in the country.
I'm like, how much entertaining do you need that you can't watch a trailer? Like, you could always just watch or play on your phone anyway, but it had to be an I don't know if that's a new thing in cinemas, but
we didn't get that thing on the screen in the cinema saying use your phone for screen. We don't get that here now.
There was a few different ones. There was one that was a trivia game, and there was one that was a racing car one. And of course, Mason got his phone out straight away, and so Jackson's like, "Can I get your phone?" I'm like, "Oh, for goodness!" So we got it out, but yeah, you can steer with your phone.
Well, that's kind of a cool thing before the show starts, I suppose.
I was rolling my eyes a little bit, I have to say.
Yeah,
I do want to
keep
talk a
quiet.
little bit about Space Jam 2. No spoilers or anything.
Yeah, because I haven't seen it yet. No.
I'd heard from what I'd seen on social media, I knew the IMDb rating was like 4.2, which I thought was ridiculously low. And I'd heard some people go, "Oh, come on. What did you expect? If you're a 30-year-old going to watch this film is not for you. It's for kids, obviously." You obviously know, even if you haven't heard any of the storylines, you realize it's going to involve the Warner Brother characters, right? It's going to involve the Looney Tunes. And you know it's going to involve LeBron James. What are you expecting from that film exactly? And you've obviously seen Space Jam 1 as well.
Of course, dozens of times.
Correct. To watch that film and then go, "Oh, I hated it." The thing that surprised me is Jackson's rating of things. And if you've listened to any of his reviews,
Ridiculous.
it's 0, 10. It could be a billion, or it could be negative 10 trillion, or something like that. That's
It's
pretty
best
much
it used to be, but that's not much.
I asked him what it was for Space Jam 2, and he said 7. I was like, "Oh, wow, I'm actually kind of surprised." I was like, "That's a pretty sensible review, actually." Mason picked 8.5, just so he could say half to annoy Jackson instead of 8.5, which is what Jackson. Then they go half. So he picked that. So I obviously thought it was 8. I actually gave it 9 out of 10. I'm a really strict movie rater. I don't really give 9s and 10s. It's very, very rare. I loved it. I thought it was. I had tears rolling down my face, Matt, watching it. I thought it was so good. I loved it. So that was one of the things we did on the way to the wrestling yesterday. But yeah, Space Jam 2, go watch it.
It's
Brilliant.
a film I recommend it really, really quite highly. There's some really good films out at the moment, which, yes, they're Disney films, but there's Raya the Last Dragon, which is amazing if you get a chance to. Great messages in the story. It's really, really good. Also, Luca, the message in Luca. Oh, you seen it, have you?
No, but I know the film. I know what you're talking about.
It's phenomenal. I finished watching that film and I burst into tears. I'm not here to admit that. I burst into tears with happiness. It was such a good, feel-good film at the end of it.
Yeah.
Could be right there.
The Regal Cinemas, I'm going to have to find out if we have one near to us. Their deal is $21 for unlimited films, anytime, any film. I was like, holy crap, that's ridiculous. Like, those evening showings are normally more expensive. Normally this type of thing is, you can't watch it in the first 2 weeks of release, unless I miss something in the small print. But yeah, $21, as many films as you want to see, anytime. And it was like, wow, that's phenomenal.
Is that a year, a month, or what?
A month, 21 a month.
That's not bad.
It's not bad at all. We only paid $7, I think it was, to go see Space Jam 2, because we went fairly early.
Well, Chris got a similar sort of thing for Cineworld over here. We get to see a certain amount of films. Yeah. It's all good. But the cinema in my hometown, which you came to 3 years ago, Graham, of course.
Uh-huh.
God, is that long ago, really?
Yeah.
The cinema in our town, £3.50 a ticket.
I know when I was in England, same thing. Like Mel and I used to go before Mason was born. Like we would go to the cinema quite regularly because they had similar deals, like Tuesday $2 or something.
No. It's £3.50 regardless of the day of the week or the time of day.
Oh, I didn't realise that.
And regardless of the film.
Wow, that is good. Yeah.
So
America
jacked
the prices up, then I think a little bit. I kind of got used to it now. Yeah.
So much so, my cousin Chris, a lot of Chris's in my family now, used to live in Colchester. Rather than go to the Odeon in Colchester, he would drive 15 miles to the town I live in, park up, pay the parking, go to the cinema, pay for the tickets and drinks and sweets for him and his girlfriend, drive back again, and the petrol and all of that cost less than 2 tickets on their own for the Odeon.
Wow, I was about to say, I know the price of gas or petrol in England is about $9 a gallon, so that's really when you factor that in, Colchester sounds like it's a total rip-off relatively, yeah.
30-mile round trip, plus tickets, plus drinks, plus snacks. cost the same as 2 tickets at the Odeon. I know where I would rather go.
I know we're running a little late on this already. There was one thing I did want to talk to you. I mentioned it in the main show. I said, hey, I wanted to save this. And what do you think of Karrion Kross losing in 100 seconds?
What, Jeff Hardy?
Yeah. We touched on it, but we didn't really go into any detail.
It's storyline, Graham.
Mm-hmm.
Unless I'm mistaken, that's the first time Kross has been pinned in WWE.
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy cheating to win as well. It's the perfect way for Jeff Hardy to be heel for the first time in WWE in over 20 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Karrion Kross is going to now, as we found out on NXT this week, it wasn't supposed to be on Raw. No one knew about it, apparently, which is fed more into the storyline. Kross is going to be everywhere. Maybe we're going to see. We're already starting to tease things for Survivor Series, perhaps, with the 3-way split again.
Yeah. No, I gotta say, if Jeff Hardy had won clean, I think it would have been very different. Now, some people are saying it totally shits on Triple H. Like, he's built up that character to be unbeatable for this amount of time, and then immediately he just gets beat within such a short period of time. The only thing I did hear afterwards, I put this in my notes because I wanted to talk to you about it. The thing I did see later, it was actually when I was on the road yesterday, so I didn't get to read the whole story. It sounds like they had to refilm sections, though, of this NXT return because the crowd was chanting Hardy. And obviously WWE didn't want that storyline as part of the... You're trying to build him up as the tough guy against Samoa Joe. You don't want somebody going, Hardy, huh? So, yeah, apparently they refilmed that whole section. So it obviously has had an effect on the NXT crowd, but
I'm looking forward to see what they do with it, for sure.
I am as well. No, I can say I like the fact that Jeff Hardy is going to be heel. I like that. He doesn't need to do that. So I like the way they're going with that. I was okay. Now it takes that pressure off as well. Okay, he's been beaten now. You can move on from that. You can now actually go into a proper storyline.
If anything, it's going to make him even more crazy.
Oh, I think so. And I think he could use that again. He can use that anger, like, hey, I got my big chance on Raw and I got pinned. I got cheated out of my debut match. And then he can use that as an extra aggression. I like it. I've seen nothing but positives in this, but I was curious. It was something I wanted to talk about, but I couldn't fit it in. I couldn't fit it in anywhere this week. Like, I had so many good cop things. I didn't talk about Slammiversary. I didn't really talk about
spoilers.
Yep. I didn't. Well, I'm not saying what I'm just saying. I didn't talk about. We didn't. Actually, I haven't watched Slammiversary, so I can't talk about it yet. Except I know some of the storylines that came out from it, but yeah. All right. You got anything else?
Nothing else to us this week, Graham.
Okay. The only thing I can say is we will talk about this off air, but yeah, I don't know how the show's going to run the next couple of weeks. I got a lot of stuff coming up. Hey, it might not be me. It might be you and a guest. I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Yeah. All right. That'll do it for us.
We're out of here.